Ugly Truth mini episode, our Top Chef season 20 recap. We are caught up.
Yep.
There has been another episode, so therefore we must dish. I don't know. I actually like this episode because
I did too.
It was smooth. It was just cooking. It was nothing weird.
The people who didn't do well or did do well were deservingly so.
Yeah. And
it was pretty obvious.
I will say this. This is when they were at the sport. They always do a sports arena one.
I know. I don't know why. But
I find it a bit annoying. I don't like having them have to work in these stations that are temporary.
Right.
God, it's so annoying. They're like using like little tiny convection ovens that are like toaster ovens.
It's just a disadvantage that's unnecessary.
And they're just like, hey man, you should, if you're a chef, you should be able to work in any condition. I'm like,
whatever.
I know, but still.
Michelin star chefs do not work on AstroTurf.
They tend not to. They'll send someone to do it.
Correct.
Anyway, first of all, I agree. Everybody who won and lost was not surprising.
To me, it wasn't, terribly surprising.
Wasn't surprising.
Except for the fact that and I know I'm jumping ahead, but sometimes when they do the judging, they do like the shock value, like you think it's going to be one person and somebody else. And this one, it wasn't.
No, it was all very clear.
Yeah.
Buddha is secure. I am a fan of him this year.
You don't have to like him.
Actually,
personally,
I do. The one thing that I've noticed about this specific subset of chefs, first of all, they're all incredibly accomplished. No one's better than anybody else.
True.
And they're all incredibly talented.
Yes.
And this one specifically, they're all watching and learning. They're all like, I never would have thought of that. That's really smart. Like they're really, really engaged in what everyone's skill set is. Buddha's ego, it has changed.
It has, because I think he had an advantage on most of the chefs talent wise in his season.
Yes.
But in this one, no one really has a clear edge.
I think he has respect. What a shock. He has respect for his fellow chefs.
Right.
I'm already seeing the cracks.
Yeah.
I think that Janice got lucky the first time because Buddha carried her. She didn't do shit for that.
Correct. We all knew.
This one, she had a kind of like this flippant attitude about it. She's like, oh no, scallops just sweet. They're really good with peas. And I'm like, dude, there's like 5 peas on that dish.
Dude, she's lucky if she's going to make it to the next episode. But I don't see her in the end.
Well, I mean, if we want to jump forward, she gets eliminated.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
I thought it was Lucille.
Oh, is that her name, Lucille?
The one that keeps her mouth open all the time?
Oh, yeah,
She's
that's Lucille. Did I say Janice?
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm like, wait a minute.
It's Lucille. Lucille did the scallops, and she keeps making recipes. She goes, oh, we make this at the restaurant.
Yeah, well.
And I'm just like, stop. Be innovative.
And that's what Top Chef is all about.
Yeah, do something new and exciting.
It's always about, we know you're all successful in your restaurants or wherever you cook, but Top Chef is like, think outside of the box. Like, do something that you would never do. Because a restaurant, you have to appeal to mostly the masses or who your diners are.
Yes.
What type of people come to your restaurant and what do they expect?
Yeah.
But Top Chef, there's no limitations.
She keeps using a soy-based sauce on everything. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Now, the Mexican Top Chef winner is growing on me.
Yeah. Well,
What's his name?
I can't remember, but he was
either.
Immediately like one of my favorites anyway, just because he's from Mexico.
It was so cute when the episode opened and it was a pastry chef and they had to do those cookies. They had to do biscuits.
Yes. That was fun.
And he's watching. He goes, oh, I can't remember the name of the chef. I think it was Scott Allen or something like that. He's a well-renowned pastry chef in England.
The guy that was like the guest judge?
Yeah, for the quick fire.
Yeah.
Whatever the Mexican chef, whatever he's representing Mexico, he's like, I would date him.
Oh God, I love that.
It was so cute.
That was cute.
It was so cute. He had this little gleam in his eye.
I was like, same.
And I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. But I legit thought that, and we were actually wrong. The Canadian chef is the one that got sent home with May last week.
Yes.
The German chef was still there, and he was so obstinate on the quick fire. He's just like, I don't like cookies. I'm making this. And the guy's like, well, thanks for the cake, but this isn't, he goes, this is Top Chef. You have to kind of
you have to do what you're told, even if you're not comfortable or you don't like something.
Yeah. You still have to do the challenge full.
Right.
I just thought that was dumb. He basically threw away his opportunity for immunity. And I'm like, why would you do that?
Gabriel Rodriguez is our
Gabriel.
Yes.
Gabriel.
Top Chef Mexico.
Rafael. Yes. So yes. He won me over. I still love Potato Chef.
The Poland girl.
Yes, Sylvia. I love her.
And Potato Girl.
And I still love Bordelinda.
Which
from
country?
Spain.
I thought she was the
Bordelinda. No, she I'm sorry.
Luciana was Brazil.
Yes. So she's the one that lived in London. And so anyway, Buddha is the front runner for me as someone who's going to be in the top. I don't see him not getting all the way to the end today. Obviously things can change.
Yeah. I mean, he's strong. So,
and I have to say this, and I don't know if you agree with me on this. Everybody who has been eliminated.
Begonia. Is that
Begonia? Sorry.
I'm looking for Budaliki and I'm like, wait, what?
Please, I can't even remember my neighbors' names, let alone the show.
God, this is Jerry. We have lived in the same court for 5 years.
You're like, who's that, Helen?
And the one couple who
it's Patrice.
They talk to us all the time.
Yeah.
He's like, what is Rich's wife's name? I'm like, it's Sue. It's S-U-E.
It's literally 3 letters.
Sue.
Yeah.
Rich and Sue.
So hopefully by the end of the Top Chef season, we will know the chefs' names.
Well, I usually start remembering when they're down to like 6.
Oh, God.
So there's still a hefty little crowd right now.
There's quite a few still.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know about you, but there's nobody that's been sent home that doesn't. They would.
Agreed.
I
did feel bad for Canada Boy, but
I do feel bad for Canada Boy.
I think he got, anytime they do double eliminations when it's a team, it's tough because there's usually a weak link. Yes. And the other person gets drugged down to a point. Mm-hmm. And had it been like, okay, we have to pick one or the other, they would have just picked the one and not the other.
And can we talk a little bit about, I think her name is Victoria or something like that. The woman from Congo, she speaks French, I believe.
Yes.
Couple things. One, she learned English in 4 months.
That's unbelievable.
I couldn't believe it.
I love her, actually.
I do too. And then secondly, she said she told producers that she had an almond allergy.
Her name's Charbel.
Okay. Are you sure?
Charbel Hayek, winner Top Chef Middle East and North Africa, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Who else? Is that our dude? No.
Charbel, no. Anyway, she had an almond allergy, and so she starts coughing.
Victoria. That's Top Chef Italy, but
okay. That's right. Apologies, but she's from the Congo.
Yes, she is,
and she speaks French.
So that's why I was confused too. She speaks many languages.
She's multilingual. She speaks
like 3 or 4
You're
languages.
Correct.
Yeah.
So she picked up English for the show, and I was like, "What?" They are struggling to understand her, and so she has a nut allergy, and she had a full blown allergic attack, and. I mean, did you see them stab her with the EpiPen?
I did, yeah.
And she's like, oh, I want to go back. And they're like, immediately no.
Yeah.
Immediately no.
We're not going to have your throat close up while we're filming.
So now we know that Buddha's team won overall. And then Patrice.
Yeah. Well, okay, people, you know who we're talking about.
Yes, the lady that doesn't know how to close her mouth.
No, that's Lucille.
Lucille was eliminated. Luciana was sent home.
Top Chef Brazil.
Brazil was sent home.
She just kept her mouth open all the time. Like when she was sitting there listening, she's like,
I can't.
Like a guppy. She's like,
I don't
close your mouth.
So now, Last Chance Kitchen.
Yeah.
And I am loving Last Chance Kitchen.
I'm loving that Dawn got voted off.
First of all, let me tell you, I did not watch the very first episode of Last Chance Kitchen. I missed it. So when I go to episode 2 to watch, and
she won.
Well, what was funny is I turned it on. I'm like, no. What? I'm like, no. I'm like, Dawn beat the Frenchman?
Yes.
I couldn't believe it. And I was like, God damn it. So fine.
Yeah.
And then
she had her half a moment.
The double elimination comes. May and Kurt, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Canadian
boy.
And let me tell you, May is a sore loser.
Dale McKay.
Dale. You were close. Is a sore loser.
Oh,
and
gosh.
she is throwing people under the bus. And
May?
She goes, yes. And she's like, well, this is what happens when you don't listen. And I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me?
She's all salty.
Damn, she was salty. And he's all, oh, no hard feelings. And she's like, fuck that shit. So I'm like,
Canadian?
Yeah.
Well, he's Canadian.
I know. He's so nice.
They're like the nicest people
then
ever.
Here comes Janice. And here's the thing. Could Dawn pout more watching them compete?
Her face.
Stephanie, I can't. Someone needs to grab her and say, straighten up, fly right. You are on television. You sore loser. You.
And not only that, yeah, because she's a freaking Olympian. Like, she should know about sportsmanship.
She's all hunched over. And I'm like, stop it.
And seriously, like, I don't know. Just everything about her demeanor rubs me the wrong way.
I'm so sick of her behavior.
And I don't know what it is about tall people. I'm like... She's tall.
Anyway, so May...
And if you're tall, I don't mean you.
May was eliminated, thank God. And she's like, oh, we don't eat rabbits. They're our pets. Okay, listen. Whatever. Do we really want to talk about what Asian cuisine...
They also can eat dogs.
They eat dogs, a lot of things that aren't that are pets to others.
Right.
But apparently rabbits is a step too far for her.
And even I would eat rabbit. And
I've had rabbit.
I think I've had it.
I've eaten many things that I want to pet.
It's not on a lot of American menus.
No, but I mean, you try it.
But I've tried it.
Anyway, thank God May was gone. Lucille wins. Luciana won, and it's not surprising to me. But then Tom made an interesting announcement at the end. He said, one of you might be going back already.
Right.
And I'm like, I wonder if there's a sudden, like, are they going to send Victoria home because she had an allergic reaction?
I don't know.
Like, I wonder if they're sending someone back early because this is a little too early to send someone back. Generally speaking, when someone goes back, it's like top 5.
Yeah.
So,
it's usually at the end.
So I think someone's going to leave dramatically next season.
Could be.
Or next week. We'll find out. Do you have any other thoughts on anything? I mean, was there anything that of note for you? Like, who are your faves right now?
Well, Buddha's always going to be a favorite for me unless he does something to make me dislike him, which so far he has not.
No.
Honestly, I am hopeful for the Middle Eastern fellow,
Amar.
Amar. I really love him, and I think he's a strong chef.
Yes.
He's not bad to look at. And
you're thinking of Ali, I think.
Yeah, Ali.
Okay, well...
I can't listen to you when it comes to the names because
I apologize.
You're never right. So I'm like, yeah.
I will say this. When we were watching Last Chance Kitchen, when this most recent episode, when May was sent home... I was like, has any chef ever made it from Last Chance Kitchen and actually won the season?
Kristen Kish.
So Kristen Kish,
she got eliminated and it was devastating because she was strong.
She is strong still.
And the season she was eliminated in, it was one of those things where it was like the smallest mistake.
Like everybody was good.
Like everybody was amazing. Yeah. And she just had the weakest dish that particular, and she got eliminated. In fact, Padma Lakshmi was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy, and she said that was one of her most difficult pack your knives and go.
Oh, that's interesting.
She said because she was so amazing.
Because she's so talented.
Yep. And she made it all the way back.
And then she won. See, I knew you would know.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It was good. And I love her.
I don't know if that's going to happen unless Buddha gets eliminated.
Yeah.
But I don't see that having... Everybody's so strong.
Yeah. I mean, Buddha would just have to have like a really bad day.
I just don't believe that it's possible.
After watching his season, he never had a bad day.
No.
Like he's a perfectionist.
Yes.
So he doesn't accept anything less than perfect.
He's my guy.
Yeah.
I love it
too. So.
Anyway, it's going to be an exciting season. It's Ben and Stephanie. I think this is the Emmy Award winning season. I really do.
I hope so. It's
this
really,
is one
really
of the
good.
best seasons there have been.
Agreed.
In many, many years.
I don't see a lot of weak links. Dawn was really the weak link.
She was.
To me, I didn't understand why she made it onto the cast for this episode.
I think Luciana is too. I think she's a weak link, and I think she'll get beaten in Last Chance Kitchen.
Yeah, but I mean, Dawn was weak from the gate.
Yeah, she was the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, she was so above her pay grade there. She did not.
She wasn't her
there.
Season 2.
I don't even know why she was.
I don't either. I think, you know what, there's
somebody saw her sad face and went, you know what, give her a chance, guys.
Well, you know what, and the audience loves an underdog, and there's always people who are going to say that someone to get a fair shot on their season, like they would have won if,
whatever.
And I'm like, and I don't believe that.
You're at the detriment of everyone else has to have a bad day for you to win. Give me a break.
So I think they were like, fine, you know what, we'll give her another chance, and that let's put this to bed.
And the other thing is, and then we should say goodbye. I'm the only person apparently who doesn't like May. I think she's mean. I was talking to some friends over the weekend and they're like, oh, we love May. And I'm like, why? Why do you love May? Give me a reason. Because she's mean to everyone. If you don't do what she says, suddenly you're terrible. It's like, give me a break.
I guess it
she's
depends.
A bully.
If you've ever known anyone, so I have a friend at work who's Filipino, and she is... Anybody that I ever ask who doesn't really know her is like, God, she's so mean and everything. I'm like, she is actually the exact opposite. She comes off that way, but when you get to know her, she would literally give you the skin off her back. Like there was nothing she wouldn't. She's very, very sweet. So I don't know if it's the region of where they live that they have to kind of come off really strong, but they're really soft underneath. I don't know, but
well, for TV, I thought she was a bitch. So
yeah, she could have been.
Anyway, well, thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you so much, everybody. Hope you enjoyed our Top Chef recap. Have a good day.
Bye.